All YouTubers, DE Fan 38 coming at you out here with a points update for Elko back on the 2nd of July and or back on the 2nd of August, I should say, since we're in the month of August. And so this is pretty good. I'm going on the 16th of August to my 25th year, Elko's 60th anniversary of being in existence, and then also making my 100th time going as a diehard fan. Very cool. So get through the points here in the standings, and 25 cars are totaled up so far this year on the at making an appearance throughout the 2025 year, and 25 cars. That's pretty good. So leading it, of course, is the 3 of Chris Cruiser Merrick. Second is the 52 of Chad Wallen. Third is the 14 of Grant Brown. In the 14 car, Chad Wallen second in points in the 52 car. Fourth is the 6 of Owen Giles. Top 5 and 8th is Billy Moan. Sixth is the 32 of Jeremy Wolf. Seventh is the 50 Steve Anderson Jr. And 8th is the 19 car, Jake the Snake Ryan. 9th is the 07 of Dylan Selner. Top 10 for the 18 car of Michael Ostick. Further back, and 16th is the 41 of Donnie Rocket Ravers. And 19th is the 75 of Joel Tyson. And Chris Cruiser American, the 3. Looking really good. He has 316 points when Chad Wallen is at 309. So it's pretty close, but Chris Cruiser still needs to cruise to some more consistent finishes here in the month of August before we start talking about September. Next month, championship night being on September 27th on that Saturday, and then we'll all get excited about Oktoberfest. So that's pretty cool. So I have this outfit on because I'm going to the tractor truck pulls at the Carr County Fairgrounds today and tomorrow, and then Sunday Demolition Derby. I'll wear the same. So we'll wear the same shirt, just change out the hat. Just this hat I'll wear today and tomorrow for tractor truck pulls. I got a different one set up. So, and it's been a while since I shot a video. The last one I did shot was about my 1-year anniversary at Iowa Speedway. That was really cool. But the rest of the year, moving forward with Elko, I'm dedicating the rest of the year of the 60th anniversary to my grandfather. This I pulled out of my lunchbox. This is a photo from 2006 with my buddy Mark Palmer, me at 10 years old, and then my grandfather, my Gramps, next to me, both in our Dale Earnhardt Jr. attire. I have his jacket. And he unfortunately passed away back on July 31st. So I will dedicate the rest of the year out to him. I'm looking forward to a lot of support at Elko come August 16th, knowing that it's my 100th time. And I have him to thank me for the 14 years he brought me between 2000 and 2014. We went as many times as we could go. I got a keychain coming for these, and this is his trunk and T-top key to his 1987 Monte Carlo SS Aero Coupe, black. And then this is his ignition key to that car. It's no longer around in our family, but I definitely am honored to have the car keys. I have a special keychain coming just for that off of eBay, but yeah, so this one really affects me a little bit. I'm definitely if I start cracking up doing driver interviews, do not put any harsh stuff on this channel. I want to make that clear right now. So if I start talking and I start losing my train of thought, don't put that on bad performance. It's because I'm going through the emotions of my grandfather. So just wanting to throw that right out there. So It's probably going to be tough at times because I've got a lot of great 14 memories of me and my grandfather. And the last time we went was the ARCA Remax event on June 21st of 2014 when Grant Enfinger won. Frank Kimmel was there that night along with Kenny Schrader. This was back when they were driving the old generation Ford cars with the Chevy Impala still being relevant, the Toyota Camry, and the running Ford Fusions back when they were driving the old Nationwide Bush car bodies, because Cup at that time were using the Gen 6 cars, so whatever was used for older NASCAR Nationwide and older Cup cars, they were still phasing out the Gen 4, but they still were using a lot of them in 2014. That was a good one. It was the only time I ever saw Ford ever win Elko in an ARCA race, though. So I'm really happy about that. Back then, though, it's just been a lot of Toyota Camry victories since then. There's been only one Chevrolet winner with Gus Dean back on 2018 when that was Wintron Racing with Kevin Sawinski's 32 red Chevrolet SS. Talked to him about that, and of course ASA, Paul Payne and Hunter Payne gave me this outfit when I went to Toma that night, so this was pretty cool. So I was wearing it when I was shooting those videos. So thank you for the support at Toma. Looking forward to going to Dell's on September 6th. So yeah, at any other point of time that I may make a mistake, going through the motions, thinking about my grandfather, and I'm going to throw this out now too. I know that Jason Searcy, I'm pretty sure that, oh man, I just had the dude's name. Adam Broccoli. Yeah, Adam Broccoli does the invocations. Jason Searcy, the track announcer. I would really like it if during the invocation, if I could just reminisce a little bit about my grandfather over that PA system and tell the fan base just how dedicated one fan can be to an entire racing organization, to a track. Because I've got to experience some really cool stuff. That place has given me a lot of love, and I've seen a lot of stuff in 25 years between 2000 and 2025. Stuff that me and my grandfather saw that I'll never see again. And just kind of share how one race fan with a YouTube channel can really make a difference to a whole racing community. And in the modern era for a race fan, I talked to Teddy Kashadi, brought this up to me at his graduation party earlier this year. He brought me aside and said, Connor, I've been trying, every time I travel to these different tracks, whether it be asphalt or dirt racing, I try to tell the younger fan base around here of just how we used to rock it back in the early days. I have my head around it some, but because you were so relevant back in the day, because you were born in 1996, you came into this world at the perfect time to experience a lot of the old stuff that I'm trying to talk and reminisce about. I have a hard time doing that. You have a better idea of understanding of how we used to do that, and I try to teach the younger fan base, and I try to get them around to grasp it some, but I have a hard time explaining it. I don't think nobody can do it better than you can, because you have your memory is so good, and when you watch those older races on YouTube, you can understand it way better than any of us younger fan base can. And this is why we're struggling to have fans like you in this industry. And I'm just like, yeah. I've been trying to get that point across for years myself, but I think I've done a good job of explaining it due to the fact that I'm sitting on a good chunk of ASA gear. And the thing that put me on the map, I mean, I love Elko from 25 years ago, back in 2000, don't get me wrong. I love Elko to death, but the thing that really set me on the map to love super late model racing, thanks Mom and Dad and Gramps for bringing me to this race in 2002 on Labor Day Monday, which is why I no longer go to the Minnesota State Fair anymore. I'd rather look at this book, pull the postcards out, the ones that were actually at that race, and watch this race on YouTube every Labor Day Monday. and reminisce the good days of the Minnesota State Fair Speedway from 2002, from 23 years ago. So I've got the attire on to match that track as well. So at 6 years old, my 29-year-old self got redemption on the 6-year-old kid wearing an Old Navy tank top and a Dale Earnhardt Jr. hat. So if my 6-year-old self saw me now, he'd be like, I need to get that attire ASAP. And so it's cool that in life, if you're really committed to something at 6 years old, it will certainly, if you're still determination to still get that at 29, it will come back and pay you forward. Elko has done that for me, and I'm pretty happy about that thanks to my grandfather. So, Gramps, I give you a lot of love. I know you're having a good time up there with Buddy Holly and Dale Earnhardt Sr. Save a spot for me up there. Reserve my spot, because I also got a few words to talk to old Waylon Jennings, too, and reminisce with old Hoss as well. But thank you, Gramps, for your love and support at this track. I thank the fan base. Jason, seriously, I give you a lot of credit for the podcast we did, and I shot you a great interview with Ty Ferguson last year to pay you forward. It'd be cool if I could get some words out and a little bit more at that track come Saturday on August 16th. I'm glad this video is out now, so a lot of you diehards can hopefully relate and hopefully agree with me on that one. Hopefully it works out. I talked to my grandmother about that, and she said, let me know Sunday what you were able to do at Elko on the 16th when you call me on the 17th. I said, absolutely. I said, it'll be good. So whether if I'm unable to, though, get a word out, I just would love it if I'm hoping to, but I just want to go in there with a lot of love, a lot of dedicated love from all those drivers that I look up to, especially Donnie Reavers. I mean, my love for him goes back all the way to 2000 when he won that very first late model championship in that College City Homes 41 Trans Am Firebird in blue, and he ran the same car at Raceway Park that year too. And I didn't go to Raceway Park until 2006, and the last time I went then we went in 2006. Me and my grandfather, just us, went in 2010 and 11, and even in 2009, because we went to some of those ASA Midwest Tour events when it was the oval with the original OG ASA Midwest Tour, not the one they have now for that logo. I'm talking about the one that looks like this except silver. I have a hat from 2003 when it was the ASA series, and that was carried over to the Midwest Tour side. Dean Cornelius was talking to me about that. He goes, that was for the series. I said, it was on the Midwest Tour cars, you just don't remember it. And then I pulled up a photo, and he's like, holy crap, you are right. Tim Olson Tim Olson, I gotta thank a lot of love for that too. And Tim, I know you got your old Elko Power Tools uniform. I'm looking forward to the day you can bring that Elko Power Tools 78, 79 Super out to and maybe run that. I know he has that car, and he has the one he ran at the State Fair in 2001, 2002, and it was car 71 and then 79. It was the same one, and he had to qualify his way into that event in 2002, and he was able to race his way in because he didn't have points going into that. He had to qualify it on time, and looking at that program book, flipping through it, they only had an hour of practice at the Minnesota State Fair Speedway. I thought, that doesn't give you a whole lot of time to tweak your nuts and bolts on an ASA fiberglass 5-star body car, but you really had to get your car really dialed in an hour to really make something happen out of that. And the AC Delco boys at Gary and Monk got that in, and I was talking to Conrad Peterson about that. He's like, I thought that was a Johnny Sauter car. I said, you're mistaken. He goes, he was in the Blue Gander Mountain 9 car. His Busch team was in AC Delco gear for NASCAR. That AC Delco 7 car was all with ASA attire. He's like, damn it, you're right again. See? It takes one to know one. So, but hopefully talk to you guys soon. I'm looking forward to posting videos at the Coward County Fairgrounds for Tractor Truck Pull and Demolition Derby, and Elko Speedway, talking to the track directly. I know that these tracks can't talk, but I try to give it a voice as much as I can. But strictly talking to the track, I appreciate your love of your existence from 1965 all the way to 2025, and you've been nothing but greatness to the whole state of Minnesota. There was talk that they were going to tear you down, but thank God people came to their senses on that one, something that the State Fair, Minnesota Speedway, I-94 Sauk Center, I-94 Raceway, and Raceway Park weren't able to get a lot of love and support for our last oval track in Minnesota. And I'm glad that my grandfather looked at you how I look at you, with loving eyes and compassion for racing. And I really appreciate your banks a lot. I know that you were flat at one point, and in 1999-1998, Tom Ryan, or the developers, the Ryan family, decided to add a little more progressive banking to you to eventually have the ASA Racing Series come to you, because the tracks need a little bit more banking on them if they're short like that. The bigger tracks, they can be flat or banked, but those smaller ones, they have to be banked in order for having those cars. That's why Raceway Park never got an ASA Racing Series date, because there was no banking on that small track. So, but that was pretty cool, and appreciate the love. Saw you transform from a wooden main grandstands to a alloyed aluminum one, which will be 20 years birthday for the main grandstands in 2006. This was 20 years ago, the last year for the main wooden ones that we all had some of us buddies and even myself borrowed a hammer and smacked nails back into the board so we didn't sit on nails. But the older ones have that, and to get this nostalgia, I sometimes do sit on one that's bent sticking up just to get the good out of it and feel like a kid again. So, but appreciate the love, and everybody that works for you and with you is really special, and I honor that place a lot. And it's fun talking about you, me, and my buddy Sam at the track in 2020. The date that the ARCA cars were supposed to be there, but they pulled the date to Kentucky. So, but just to talk about the track, just me and you, and it's by itself, that was special. I'm the only diehard Minnesota fan to do that, and Jason Searcy saw that and saw something in me. So I appreciate that love, and that's what I'm hoping to get more of come the 16th of August, which would be the same date that me and my grandfather and our buddy Mark and our other buddy Jerry would be heading to Brooklyn, Michigan, to the August Michigan race in 2007, and that'll be 20 years coming up on 2027. And it was the date that we all got rained on. Then when the rain stopped and the race was going, they stopped it for fog, because it was, that race weekend was trash. The only good thing about it is Jeff Gordon got stuck in the grass. That was cool. Kurt Busch winning in the Miller Lite cars, something. I was more ticked off that Truex Jr. got second like he did in the 2016 Daytona 500. So that kind of sucked. But looking forward to the 16th, and looking forward to getting a lot of love and a lot of support. But no matter if you're a late model driver, power stock, bomber, hobby stock driver back in them days, Thunder Car, Bandolero, I've definitely talked in high regard about all of you guys. It just reverts back to my grandfather for knowledge he taught me, and I appreciate that a lot. But it's the other reason why I know what I know and love the people that I really care about, and all of that is because of my grandfather. So now I was going for him when he was in his state of condition. I'm still going for him now, and it's pretty cool. And the thing about it, he can see all of what's going on here, so he can root me on with Dale Earnhardt. And if I do something cool, no matter it's a local or a NASCAR track like Iowa Speedway, Dale can reach around my grandfather, look at him like, look at that boy down there. Look how good he's rocking that place. And he's like, yeah, he's doing pretty good, ain't he? Boogity, boogity, boogity. So that's what I want to know going on right there too. So from heaven above. So yep. So, but I appreciate it and looking forward to doing cool, better things in the future. But it's going to revert back to this guy, and I appreciate it. So, but love you guys.